Hey everybody, VSG Joe here, and today we're going to cook some chickens. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to show two ways to cook chicken today. They're relatively the same. One of them is cooking a whole chicken, so roasted or on the grill, whatever, it's just a roasted chicken. The other way is to do what they call Spatchcock Chicken, which is just taking out the actual backbone of the chicken. They're both going to use the same brine. They're both going to go on the smoker. However, if you wanted to throw them in the oven, it would all work the same way. So let's get to it. I'm going to show you how I clean up the chicken and get it ready. All right, so first things first, we're gonna clean up this chicken. So this chicken's looking pretty good. However, usually around the cavity here, you'll find a bunch of extra skin and things like that. So I'm just gonna take a sharp knife and just kind of clean this up because I know we're not gonna eat it. So we're just gonna get rid of that. And anything you just find that you're not gonna eat off of this chicken, you're just gonna wanna go ahead and clean up, so. All right, there we go there. And the other part that I always check is around the neck here. And you can see no one wants that. So we're gonna take that out. Other than that, it's actually looking pretty good. Some of these fryers, they just come pretty, bad with extra skin all over the place or bones sticking out, stuff like that. And you just wanna take that stuff off. There's a little more fat we can take off of there. So this was a 5.5, 6 pound fryer that we got. It was in a 2-pack, so I'm gonna do one hole, and then, like I said, we're gonna spatchcock this one. So what that basically means is you wanna take out this whole backbone, basically up to where the neck bone is. So it's easy enough to do. There's two ways you can do it. I'll show you both. But essentially is if you get a sharp knife and you just kind of come right through here, and you can just follow this down all the way along this line till you get to the tailbone over here. So now I'm going to flip this around. It's a bit easier working on it from this side. So just keep coming through all the way down. And a good sharp knife helps out. So that's the one side. And then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. And like I said, there's two ways to do this. The other way is if you have a good pair of kitchen shears. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, these shears aren't the greatest. We've had them for a long time, but it is possible you can do it. And same rule applies. You just want to come straight down. And there you go. So that's out. I'm gonna put these in the sink. All right, and then the only other thing I like to do here is take and just flip this out. And then if you see any of these little pieces here, you can certainly pull them out. But that is it. Relatively easy. Now this can sit down on the grill, smoker, grill, whatever, or you can do it in a big frying pan on the indoors and get a nice sear on the underside of it, or I guess that would be the top side of it. Either way you want to do it, it'll work beautifully. So, all right, so transitioning on to the cook here, all we're going to do is actually put this into a pot or a large bowl. You can even use big turkey bags or big freezer bags, etc., that can hold the brine and the liquid for this solution here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this in. All right. And then, like I said, I'm cooking two today. So I've got another whole chicken over here. Two cutting boards. So I am going to clean just a little bit of this off right quick. Alright, I'm going to take off this tailbone. This little bit of skin right here. And this one is good. Alright, and then, so both of these are going breast side down inside this pot. There we go. And then, to this, I'm going to add my brining solution. So, you want to pour carefully. That way it doesn't spill or splatter, because this is chicken. But all this brine is it's 4.5 cups of water. It is a 1/4 cup of kosher salt, a 1/2 tablespoon of sugar, and a 1/2 tablespoon of ground black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And so this filled up about 3/4 of the way. And what I'm going to do is just actually add some more water into here and just bring the liquid till it goes all the way to the top of the chickens. All right, so there we go. And as you can see, there's a little bit poking up at the top. That's just fine. This is only going to go for about 4 hours in the fridge. You could leave this as long as overnight. It would be absolutely fine. I'm just going to put a lid on it, stick it in the fridge, and we'll see you here in a couple hours. Everybody, so we got the smoker up to about 275 degrees, and so I'm going to put these on, but I'm going to put the breast pointing that way because that's the coolest part of the smoker. My firebox is right down here. It's kind of off camera, so that's going to be the hottest part. So obviously we want the dark meat facing the hottest part, that way it cooks faster and the breast meat doesn't get dried out while we're waiting for the legs and thighs to get done. So we're going to go ahead and get those on. We're going to go with the whole chicken first, closest. Then we're going to go with the spatchcock. And I like to do mine bone side down with the skin facing up. Alright, so we got them on there. So I brought the canola oil out. About every 30-45 minutes we're just going to spray them, or if you see them start getting dry. Other than that, we're just going to get the smoker to 300 degrees. We're going to watch it, make sure it stays there. And that's it. We're just going to sit back, relax, and let the smoker do the work. All right, everybody, so the chicken is done and off the smoker. The only thing left to do is cut this bad boy up and have some dinner. All right, so if you've never broken down chicken, pretty easy. Just gonna move this over to our cutting board. So basically you wanna cut at the joints. As you can see, one of these quarters came off, that's perfectly fine. But if you kind of just follow down, make sure you got a sharp knife, you can get down in here and straight through. Nice crispy skin on that. Excellent. All right, so go to the next quarter here. Cut down, and same thing. As you spread it down, you can see the joint. Boom. All right. So here, I'm just going to cut underneath this wing, just like that. Cut down. There's one of the wings. Same thing for the other. There's the second wing. And for the breast, so I can go ahead and cut this in half. Just straight down the breastbone. And that would just be the piece itself. What we like to do though is we like to cut it off of the bone here because we like to be able to take some of this and use it for salads and such. So just cut underneath there. And then you can see there's a little portion right here. We're just going to cut right next to that. And then off this back piece of the bone right here. And there you go. This will actually just tear right off. That's kind of the wishbone piece right there. So this bone, some of the breast meat, same thing, that's the underside where the rib meat would be. So once you got it off of the bone, then you could just slice it up. And there you go. If you take a slice out of here, you guys can see it's nice and juicy. Not overcooked. That's one of the things that brine helps you do, is really keep it to where it's nice and juicy and it doesn't dry out. All right, guys, and there you have it. You got chicken, either whole chicken or spatchcock chicken, either way. If you wanted to, you could actually just put this in the oven for 350 degrees for probably about 2.5 to 3 hours and roast it the same way, same seasoning, I guess. But you could roast it in the oven if you don't want to go through using a smoker or grill. Same way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing this. Give it a shot. Let me know how it comes out in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more cooking videos coming in the future. Thanks, guys.